People Against Poverty are a charity who are passionate about alleviating poverty around the globe. We have many different projects around the world, including some in Nepal and Haiti, but mainly our project works in Romania. Our aims are to educate the poor, feed the hungry, and to help the people that we're working with become self-sustainable and to help themselves. We aim to end the cycle of poverty. In Romania, we have many different projects, one of our most successful being our microfarm project. This now employs people from the village as well as feeding the whole community with the investment from People Against Poverty. We also work with our family partnership schemes and our legal aid and our back to work programmes, which are seeing parents going back to work after years of unemployment. I have been involved with People Against Poverty now for just under a year. I've known Val for a little while and I decided that I was going to go out on one of their awareness trips. So I went out last November to Romania. During this time I saw a lot of the projects that we work with and I was really touched by everything that I did see and what I witnessed. I also got to meet my family that I've been partnering with for the last few months on our family partnership programme, and this was a really touching experience for both me and the family that I sponsor. A lot of the families that we work with live without food, water and electricity, and this was a real eye-opener for me to witness. So that's why when I came back I decided that I wanted to do something else. So I became a youth ambassador for People Against Poverty. This means that I work towards raising awareness about the charity and also thinking of different fundraising ideas that we can put in place. I then decided that I wanted to go back to Romania in April, so I gave up 3 weeks of my time and I went over to Romania. This time I was alone without a team and I worked on the ground for 3 weeks at project level with The Way of Joy. I started a new programme about our anti-trafficking, working with the Bristol-based charity Unseen, working with our young people about the dangers of trafficking and how to prevent it happening in the future. During this time I worked really closely with our social work and our legal aid Adrienne, translating a lot of the family partnership documents that we have, also visiting the families in their own home and seeing firsthand how People Against Poverty are helping them. However, I noticed that there was a reoccurring theme that was happening. A lot of the parents would be sat there, they'd be crying and saying that all they want is their children to go to school. They haven't got the correct items to get them to school and they can't provide that, and that for them is really demoralising. So that's sort of when the seed was planted for this idea. When I came back, I decided to create a new initiative called Educating 80. This is the idea that no matter where you come from and no matter what your circumstance, every child deserves an education. In Romania, education is free. However, the school basics like your pen and your paper, they have to provide. And unfortunately, when you have no home or no food and no water, the little income that you do have is spent on your food and your water and your medical care. A child's notepad and books and pens are left till the very last. Unfortunately, by then, there's just not enough to go around. We have 80 children that work with us at The Way of Joy, aged between the ages of 4 and 16. They either work with us at the Family Partnership programme or on our Feed a Child programme or just in the general community working with our youth programmes in the evening. All these 80 children will be either returning to school in September after having the summer off, or they'll be going back to school for the first time. A lot of these children haven't gone to school in years because they've had to drop out simply because they cannot go. The Educating 80 initiative is the initiative that every child that we work with this year will be returning and going to school for the full year. Each child we work with will receive a backpack. That backpack will include all the school essentials as well as a few extra items depending on their age and what their needs are. So for the older girls we'll be looking at sanitary wear and how to look after our bodies, and for the younger ones we'll be looking at reading, writing and our numbers. And that will all be put into a backpack and given to them, which will last them the full school year. Each bag will be individually made and handed over to that specific child that's in need. And I myself will be going over there and sourcing the supplies, packing the bags and distributing them in early September. The aim is to prepare, enthuse and motivate our young people for the new school year. Each school bag costs just £15 to make, and that £15 represents one backpack, which is one child's education for the full school year. £15 nowadays is a taxi ride home after a night out, or just going out for a nice meal just for one. But that £15 over there is literally a child's education for the next 12 months. 80 bags, 80 sponsors and 80 children will be returning to school in September. So I'm asking you, buyer, sponsor a bag today. Why don't you? You need to sort you. The links on how to spy a bag will be in the description box below. I'm really hoping you'll help me on this journey, as I'm really excited about it and I feel really blessed that I've been given the opportunity to help these people. Thanks! That's how we're going to end it, and like that.